G'day, my name's Darryl Webb. Today we're going to have a look at the ARES 650 version 2, the 2.0. Now I'll just start off by saying I am an ambassador for Thermtec, so I've had this stuff sent to me. But the good thing about Thermtec is they let me say what I really think, and I wouldn't do it any other way, so you'll get an honest review. I already did a video. It had all of its unboxing and specifications and first impressions. So I'll put a link up here somewhere and down in the description to that. This review is going to be about, I've had it for 3 months, so this is all about the use and how I found it actually in the field and how it's been performance wise, sighting in, and just all the things that actually matter that you can only know by actually going out and using it, not reading the specifications. Anyway, on that note, let's get into the review. Quick little show you what's in there when you get it. There is some rings, there is a cleaning cloth, you will get some batteries, a battery charger. You get a cap for 18650s as well as the cap for the 18500s. You get the eyepiece and you get the scope itself. These are not the rings that come with it. It's a real simple laid out type scope. Everything is sort of metal. Its focus is up here. Its menu usage is out here. In and out of the menus quickly like that. You've also got shortcut buttons for power, like your changing palette or AI range finding and starting, stopping video and photos. Under here there is a quick and easy access to a USB-C port, so you can get videos off it or charge it. And there is a 18500 battery or 18650 battery, depending on which cap you feel like running. Build quality on this has been great, and it's nice to have a nice proper little protective case to keep everything safe in. You also get like a USB-C lead in there. I did get this I guess pre-production, so I didn't get all the accessories, so I can't sort of show you exactly what batteries and what charger and that you get, but that's all the stuff you need there. And then you can scan your codes and whatever and get your get onto Facebook, but you can also get the full user manual and everything as a PDF. Well, we've got that there. I'll just touch over real quick on some of the important specs. I said if you do want to see all of these, I did already a quick video, but this one is the ARES 652 version 2.0. It's a 645/12 sensor. 12 micron pixels, sub 18 millikelvin, 50 Hz refresh rate. An f1 lens. Its base mag is 2.8. Exit pupil 6mm, 50mm eye relief. A nice AMOLED screen at 1024 by 768. It has 7 reticles. Reticle colours 5: black, white, red, green, hot, blue. You've got on there, you've pretty much got 30mm rings. It's rated up to 6000 joules for recoil. It's got recoil activated video, audio recording, auto zeroing, manual zeroing profiles of 5, free zeroing you can do as well, picture in picture, AI ranging, and image calibration is manual and auto. You can do video playback in the device too. It's meant to be about 16 hours battery life. I'm not sure if that's with or without the extra battery in it, but battery is not a problem on this, and its weight is 873 grams, and I believe its detection range is 2600 meters, so a lot of viewing power with that 50mm thermal lens. Pros and cons. I'll start off with a con. There's only one real one that I've actually sort of noticed that that I think it's actually something they could probably easily improve to. And I think it's really just the design of the eyepiece. If you look up at the eyepiece compared to the outer cylinder, there's quite big grooves in it. It gives you the impression when you're looking through the end that that's a little small tube. So I find myself, either if I'm using the eyepiece, I've sort of got my eye right up against it, so I'm pretty much losing all my eye relief, so I can see the full screen properly, or I take it off, and I found that's just easier because then I can shoot it with, you know, a good 2 inches of eye relief, and it's I can still see the full screen. It's not a big drama. It's just the eyepiece is nice, and I do like to shoot with eyepieces, but I find myself, especially if I want something with a little bit of recoil, I can't sort of give up my eye relief. That's really about it for the cons. with one small one being that when you turn this dial, this is your menus and how you get in and out, and you press that in the middle. It's a press button and a dial to use it when you're going through the menus. I have found sometimes when you're just trying to press it, it's not going to do it that much for me now, but especially in the dark, I quite often accidentally turn the dial a bit. It just needs to be a tiny bit stiffer, but really that one's a bit of a nitpick because the menus are lovely. That brings me on to pros. A couple of big things that that I'll say that I really like about straight away. It's different to some of the other scopes I use. I love the knob style focusing on top. I find sometimes when I'm on this, if I haven't got my tripod tightened up quite enough, I actually turn the whole gun and you just feel like you're talking the action. This is a much nicer experience to use when you're focusing it. Lens cap's good, it clips back out of the way, and it also is very quiet. Buttons, I like the button layout. They aren't perfect as in where they sit up high, but once you've been using it sort of after a couple of uses, you find what you need to do quite easily in the dark, and the button access and everything is a well laid out system. The startup time starts up super fast. They say 3 seconds. It's pretty much you push the button, there's a slight pause, the screen comes on, and yes, then within 3 seconds it's on. I also find that it doesn't use a lot of battery power just going by standby. A quick press, it goes in the standby, but you can also very happy on this particular model to turn it right off also because the startup time is so fast. On the rear here, it's got an ocular ring, and it's actually got a secondary ring so you can actually lock it so it doesn't get twisted. That was a really nice thought. I haven't seen that on any other models, but it is on this one. Battery life, it's got a single 18650 built in, and it has the 18500 cap on it, or the 18650 cap. Battery life's phenomenal. With the 18500 I'll probably get about 4 hours of shooting out of it, maybe sometimes more if I'm actually turning the scope off, but I never worry about the battery. It's just something you don't have to think about. This one, battery life's phenomenal. Other stuff that's sort of for the pros, the probably biggest one of all of them is straight outright, it doesn't feel laggy or slow. The refresh rate in the screen is nice and fast, but most importantly, when you're using it, you can navigate through the menus super fast. It's really direct. It never feels, it's almost like the processor is a bit bigger than what it needs to be, which is what you want when you're actually relying on something in the dark and you're out and safety is a concern, things like you don't want something that's laggy or buggy. This scope is far away from being buggy as any scope I've used. It's a really fast processor or something in it, just because you can tell it by its startup and shutdown time, and when you navigate through the menus, everything happens really fast. If you're changing palettes, if you're doing whatever you're doing, it's just like snap. Perfect, I love it. So that's brought me on to the reliability. That's a big pro for it because I've never had this do anything weird to me at all or unexpected. I've never turned up and the reticle's not on anymore and I have to try and find where the reticle is. This one just doesn't seem to have those problems. If that's important to you, then this one is definitely something to look at. The bit that everyone cares about is image quality, and I have to say, with sub 18 millikelvin and a 50mm lens with a f1 aperture, image quality is fantastic. The clips that I've been showing you would have seen, some of them have been raining, some have been hot weather. I just find I see everything I need to see, and this has really lived up to any expectations I had. When you hear those numbers you think, oh, this is going to be good, but then you use it, image quality is fantastic, and I rate it as probably the best that I've actually used. And I've played around, if you've watched my videos, I've played around with some very expensive units. Image quality, this is first class. You will not be unhappy with the image quality. And I'll say that's probably it for the pros and cons. I said not a lot of cons, very small ones, lots of pros. I'll give you a conclusion then. I've really enjoyed using this scope, and I won't lie, if I was going out to buy another scope right now, this is probably the one I would buy at the moment, just because I'm more into the reliability and just ease of use. This one gave me a lot of easy use, and the reliability is second to none so far of anything I've used. The field of view and everything is really nice on it, and the screen's quite nice. The screen's not as big a big round screen like some of the other brands are now. This is probably more similar. I find this, if you've ever used the Pulsar device, it's probably like that. The screen, you actually see the full square screen in there, but it's or rectangle screen, but it is it's a nice pleasing experience. You'll have no dramas about the screen whatsoever. Battery life and everything was alright, as I said, and usability was good. Who would I say this one's for with its base mag and everything? A 2.8 base mag and the field of view that it has, I've often found field of view on paperwork from scope to scope they all must measure in different ways or something, because this one has quite a lot wider field of view than what it sort of says on paper. Well, compared to other devices I use, so I'm not sure how they all work it out, but the field of view is great on this. If you're someone who wants long battery life and super reliability, you sort of put that over maybe having the fanciest screen or maybe some of the other more blingy things, I would say check this one out, because it has been a real reliable workhorse for me. I've used it on a lot of jobs, in a professional sense, and I've had it in the rain, I've had it in everything, and it's always super functional. Not once have I had it do anything weird or buggy, and the screen's good, and it records images, video really well, and the audio is quite usable. It's quiet. When I make a video I have to turn the audio up, but the audio is very clear, just quiet. I think it's under the cover, it's not affected by wind and whatnot so much. I've just found it a real pleasure to use, and that's probably about the biggest thumbs up I can give for it, because at the moment, I've got a few different devices, and if I was buying another one and I didn't have this, I would probably get this. Maybe with the rangefinder, I'd like the rangefinder, but this one straight out as it is more than enough, and I think if you get it, you'll be very happy. Anyway, keep this one on your mind. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you enjoy stuff like this, hit the subscribe button. And I'll also put links to where you can find out about this and to the unboxing video and all that, and I'll put that down in the description. So yeah, on that note, catch you next time.